Good morning, everyone. I'm Nancy Olson, the chair of the Standing Committee, the governing body here at First Church Boston. We're glad you're with us today, either in person or online. I'd like to give a special welcome to any visitors today, because I see a few unfamiliar faces in the audience here. If you are here in person, please join us for coffee hour immediately following the service. To learn more about First Church Boston or Unitarian Universalism, please contact Reverend May, our intern minister, Eben A. Smith Cooper, or me during coffee hour and immediately following the service, or you can visit our website at firstchurchboston.org. Thanks to everyone who participated in our spring fundraiser last night, whether you're here in person, bought something, donated something, or volunteered at any level. A special thank you to Isaiah Oliver and Gita Rao for adding some structure, or trying to add some structure to a somewhat loosely organized group of volunteers. The lively crowd in attendance seemed to be having a good time. Last year, we surprised ourselves by raising about $10,000, so we aimed for that this year. We're a little shy, but it's not over yet. There are treasures and trinkets are still available in the auditorium. Any of the $5 treasures you may just take if you would so like. Barbara will be in there. The auction website is still active, so you could go there and make a donation. But thank you to everybody for participating. On this Mother's Day, our plate will be shared with two organizations we support through the social justice community, the Lewis D. Brown Peace Institute and the Massachusetts Coalition to Prevent Gun Violence. We're pleased to carry on this tradition, which we've been doing for many years. Next Sunday, May 17th, Read with the Rev will be following church in person and online. This month, we'll be combining a short book on UU Faith with the UU 101 class. Current members are welcome to attend, as well as members who are interested in joining the church. This will lead up that on May 31st, before the annual meeting, we will be welcoming new members into the church. If you're interested but unable to attend, please see Reverend Stephanie. The UUA General Assembly is coming up in June. This will be a different format with online but satellite locations around the country. We are one of those satellite locations. We'll have about 33 visitors who will be participating here. If you are interested in attending, please see Beth, who I see is here, or check with the office, especially by tomorrow if you're interested in being a delegate. Cafe Underground will be coming up next Monday, the third Monday of the month, May 18th. Please come and share your talents starting at 7 o'clock. Congratulations to our AV team members, Sawyer and Diego, who are graduating today from Berklee College of Music, so we should give them a round of applause. And thank you for what they contribute to our service. So more details about all of these and other events are in the e-news and your order of service. Thank you again for being here today. Let our service now begin.
Good morning, I'm the Reverend Dr. Stephanie May, and I use the pronouns she and her. Where is your heart and mind this morning? A bit of mine is with my mom in Michigan. Her church service started at 10 a.m. I was watching online from my office upstairs because she was recognized for her years of dedicated work growing the children's choir from 5 to nearly 25 kids, and she's retiring after today. Through a lifetime of service and relationships, my mom and my dad have taught me so much about what it means to belong to a church, about the value of being part of a larger community who works together to nurture all the children to care for the sick and the lonely, to laugh, cry, rage, and wonder together about all that life brings. So on this Mother's Day, may we celebrate all the many ways we offer and receive gifts of nurture from different kinds of relationships and communities, wherever your heart and mind may be today, whether you are in need of care or able to extend care, or maybe a bit of both, because isn't that really all of us? May this time together strengthen and renew our love for ourselves and for each other. Please rise in body or in spirit as we affirm our commitment to love with our chalice lighting and affirmation. The chalice is the symbol of Unitarian Universalism shared by many congregations. Let us say together, love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. One of the gifts I received from my mom and my grandmothers is the love of gardening. So in a minute, we're going to sing the opening hymn, but first you get to greet each other. So please take a moment to greet one another. I notice we have a lot of visitors today, so please take a moment to say hi to somebody you may not know. Okay, you can tell I'm excited about this hymn. I was already trying to get you to sing it. So 207, Earth Was Given as a Garden. Please join in singing. Thank you. seated. And I invite Noah and our children to come forward for our story. And while they're making their way forward, I didn't think about this, but that opening hymn, if you know the original story of Mother's Day with Julia Ward Howe, and if you follow Heather Cox Richardson, the whole thing today was about this. The original Mother's Day was an effort to promote peace. And Julia Ward Howe was a Unitarian. So that's it.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to be reading Where Are You From? By Shamile Saeed Mendez, illustrated by Jamie Kim. Where are you from? They ask. Is your mom from here? Is your dad from there? They ask. I'm from here, from today, same as everyone else, I say. No, where are you really from? They insist. I ask Abuelo because he knows everything, and like me, he looks like he doesn't belong. Where am I from? Abuelo thinks. His eyes squint like he's looking inside his heart for an answer. You come from the Pampas, the open, free land, he says. You're from the Gaucho, brave and strong, from the brown river that cleanses and feeds the land, that gives us the grain for our bread, the milk for the cows. You're from mountains so high they tickle Señor Cielo's belly, where the condor roosts his family and the jaguar prowls the night. But you're also from the warm, blue oceans the copper warriors tried to tame, and the elegant palm trees stretch their fingers to caress. You're from hurricanes and dark storms, and a tiny singing frog that calls the island people home when the sun goes to sleep. From this land where our ancestors built a home for all, even when they were in chains because of the color of their skin. You're from the grandmothers who search for their grandchildren, waiting, always waiting in a plaza, their white handkerchiefs wrapping the sorrow of their thoughts. You come from the sunshine that lights our path in this world and the rain that washes away our mistakes. But Abuelo, I ask, where am I really from? Abuelo laughs. You want a place? He points to his heart. You are from here, from my love and the love of all those before us. From those who dreamed of you because of a song sung under the Southern Cross, or the words in a book written under the light of the Northern Star. You are from all of us. I am. Thank you.
Everywhere, everywhere you may go. As we enter this time of prayer and meditation, I invite you to take a collective breath. Inhale, then exhale. May this serve as an appreciation of our precious life, this human experience. Spirit of life, thank you for the gentle nudge that the sun will shine and warm us again and again. All will be well. Universal truth, we are grateful for one another. We are grateful for the time to gather freely as we hold in our hearts and minds of the detriment to come with the dismantling of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. As a people, we have been here before. The power lies within us. Spirit, help us to do what is needed within our limits to ignite change. Divine Presence, we ask for your forgiveness for the moments in which we chose silence over advocacy. We ask for forgiveness for not listening deeply to another because we were distracted by the myth of not having enough time. God of compassion, help us to let go of the feeling of helplessness in this time. Help us to let go of the missteps we have made in our lives, especially those that continue to echo in the back of our minds. Remind us that we are more than the mistakes we make. Spirit, lead us to a place of awakening, even as our society is being unmade. Lead us to a place in which peace abides. There is no us versus them. God, one of many names, Goddess, there is a lot happening in our world. May we not look away. May we be empowered to use our righteous anger. May we continue without fear or hesitation to reach for our beloved community. Now, please join me in a moment of silent reflection.
As you heard at the introduction today, our offering today is a shared plate. And here that means we give away the entire plate. So all of your donations today are going to be shared between these really two important organizations that we have a history of supporting on Mother's Day. We're supposed to be in the order of service. So somebody else's, so there we go, shared play, here we go. The Lewis, I want to get it right, the Lewis D. Brown Peace Institute and the Massachusetts Coalition to Prevent Gun Violence. As I was saying a moment ago, the history of Mother's Day starts with a call to peace. And so it is appropriate that both of these organizations are supported on this day. And so I invite you to give as you are able to support these two organizations that are active here in Boston and across the Commonwealth in promoting peace. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Fern Beck, and happy Mother's Day, everyone. Our reading is terrific. 15 years later, I See How It Went by Rosemary Watola Tomer. They say you fall in love with the child the moment you first hold them. The cord just cut, still covered in blood and vernix. I held that strange being just arrived from the womb and felt curious, astonished, humble, nervous, but I didn't feel love. That didn't come till later. Came from holding him while he was screaming and crying, walking with him when I wanted to sleep, bouncing him when I wanted to be still. Love grew as my ideas of myself diminished. Love grew as he came into himself. Love grew as I learned to let go of what I was told and to trust the emerging form until I couldn't imagine being without him, until I was the one being reborn. Thank you.
Who am I? Did you ever ask yourself that? The search for self-understanding is an ancient one. I suspect many of us are familiar with that maxim, know thyself, inscribed on the ancient Greek temple of Apollo in Delphi. That charge has reverberated throughout Western culture. It's a question that philosophers have answered with long treatises about the nature of the self, including French philosopher René Descartes famously concluding, "I think, therefore I am." I like the book's version, "I am the heart." It's also a question that poets have explored in countless stanzas. How many times have you heard Mary Oliver's line, "Tell me, what is it that you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" Or perhaps you've languished in Walt Whitman's lyrical poem, Song of Myself, which splashes open with the line, "I celebrate myself and sing myself." And you? Do you celebrate yourself? As Unitarian Universalists, we affirm the inherent worth and dignity of each person, seeing a spark of divine in everyone. And yet, how often do we affirm this with other people in mind, forgetting that, yes, that means me also. You are a sacred wonder, a miracle of breathing, feeling, thinking human being who woke this morning yet another day. Each of you carry within you a story, your story, of navigating life in a unique way. Still, none of us have lived without screwing up, making mistakes, and causing harm to ourselves or to others. And I hope none of us have lived without also knowing laughter, curiosity, joy, and love. With all that life can bring, charting our particular course through life is rarely, if ever, simple and straightforward. Which is why I suspect that the hardest part about coming of age is realizing that you are the one responsible for charting the course of your life. On the one hand, becoming an adult can be this joyous embrace of new freedoms and opportunities. As a child, so much of our life is prescribed and proscribed by parents and other adults who tell us how it is. Becoming a young adult can mean an opening of possibility to new ideas and different paths that feels liberating. But on the other hand, the realization that I am responsible to figure out what to do next can feel terrifying. What if I choose wrong? If I screw up, if I fail? Or just as scary, what if I can't stop the bad thing from happening? This too is coming of age, an awakening to loss and limits. You don't make the team. Your parents divorce. Your friend dies. You lose your faith in God. Now what? In my own adolescence and young adult years, I experienced both the joy and the screw-ups. Through school and personal reading, I devoured all kinds of new ideas as my mental landscape of the world rapidly grew wider, taller, deeper. And from the moment I received my driver's license on my 16th birthday, I began exploring new places on my own, completing my first solo cross-country trip at the age of 22 to my parents' despair. I also had my heart broken when my beloved college boyfriend left me for another woman. When I married a different man at age 24, I quickly found myself withering until finally finding my way out 3 years later. Along the way, I lost my faith in the religion of my youth and slowly started rebuilding a more liberal and life-giving understanding of God and the sacred gifts of living. So in short, my coming of age was never a simple or easy path. Is it ever? Was yours? Growing up is not easy. It's not simple to sort out your path, your people, your place in a complex world of adult relationships and responsibilities. And I don't think it's a process that just stops at some magical age of maturity when we have it all figured out. Rather, we change. Our thinking, beliefs, and our bodies change. So also our relationships with others change, deepening, drifting, ending, renewing. At the same time, our contexts of families, friends, cities, and nation change as economies grow or recede, wars stop or start, social movements push for change or trigger backlash. Again and again, life presents new opportunities and challenges that transform our understanding of ourselves and the world. And yet, we may still be enticed by the idea of finally reaching a place of personal fulfillment. Can't we just someday arrive and be our fully realized self? In a recent Hidden Brain podcast, author Dave Evans criticizes this idea that we will ever simply arrive at a destination that fulfills us. When Evans asked people what they meant by feeling fulfilled, he discovered that the idea traces back to Abraham Maslow. Remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs? He writes, "We have the hierarchy of needs going back to his originating paper in 1943, where the apex of the human experience is self-actualization. And self-actualization occurs when one becomes all that one can be. And if I can pull that off, what will I get, according to Maslow, is fulfillment." But there's a fundamental problem with this idea, warns Evans, because all of us contain within ourselves more possible directions than we can ever pursue in one lifetime. When we realize that my human capacity even exceeds my lifetime, then we have different questions to ask. He explains, quote, "I no longer have the goal of trying to be all I can be, because you can't even get there from here. You can't be all that you can be. Don't worry about that. Now, can I be fully who I'm trying to be right now? Can I be fully who I'm trying to be right now?" That's the invitation. Rather than a life defined by a single achievement of self-fulfillment, Instead, our lifetimes may be many chapters of living life fully in each moment. What do you want to be now, in this moment of your living? This pull to more fully live is why a 32-year-old Henry David Thoreau withdrew to Walden Pond in 1845. Famously, he explained his choice, "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and to see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived." He went to live intentionally, and he left the woods because he had more living to do, writing, "It seemed to me that I had several more lives to live and could not spare any more time for that one." Like Evans, Thoreau recognized how living fully could manifest in different ways across a lifetime. Often, I think Thoreau, okay, we gotta get this right? It's Thoreau. We got it right now, there's Thoreau. We're in New England, we have to say it properly. Okay. Thoreau, I think he's held up as a quintessential dropout of society going in search of himself. And when people learn that he regularly returned to Concord, including to have his laundry done, they deride him as some kind of phony. However, Thoreau does not say that he went to the woods to be alone, to be a hermit. Rather, he went to be able to live a particular kind of life, a simpler life, a life closer to nature, a life freer from the pressures of a transactional economy consuming his time. He went to the woods not to isolate, but to intentionally live in a way in which he might learn more about himself, nature, and the world of people of which he remained a part. And Walden Thoreau wrote, "I had 3 chairs in my house, 1 for solitude, 2 for friendship, 3 for society." Being oneself, he knew, was never intended to be only solitary. Friendship and society are part of living. Indeed, it is through relationships with others that we often learn more about ourselves. In the poem 15 Years Later, I See How It Went, poet Rosemary Watola Traumer depicts how caring for her child changed her. Love grew as my ideas of myself diminished. Love grew as he came into himself. Love grew as I learned to let go of what I've been told and to trust the emerging form, until I couldn't imagine being without him, until I was the one being born. Becoming oneself is not a journey of isolation, not for fragile infants in need of care, nor for adults of any age transformed by love. While ancient Greek culture called for us to know thyself, it also bequests the myth of Narcissus, whose obsession with his own beautiful reflection shut out other people. In the end, Narcissus becomes a flower, thereby quite literally losing his humanity. To cut ourselves off from other people and to focus only on me loses something essential about being human. And so along this charge to know thyself is also this warning to stay in relationship with others. Yes, our one unique life is sacred and wonderful, worthy of Whitman's exclamation, "I celebrate myself, sing of myself." And yet, even Whitman's long poem goes on to depict all manner of relationships with others. Both matter, knowing ourselves and being in relationships. And so, to know who we are is also to consider where we fit within the stew of humanity. Of course, we are not all alike. We have different skills and stories, capacities and challenges. And while those differences can sometimes mean we struggle to understand or relate to one another, they can also mean that when we come together, we are often stronger and wiser in shared work. Last night's auction is a great example of this. The varied donations by different people, the range of skills needed by our volunteers, and every single person who showed up to create the party and to donate as they were able, all made the night a success. By coming together in our differences, we made something more than we could do alone. Finding such strength and diversity is true in our small circles of family and friends, as well as in our larger communities of church, city, and nation. Our affirmation of both the inherent worth and dignity of each individual and our essential interdependence is why Unitarian Universalists promote the use of the democratic process. We each have a perspective that merits a voice and a vote. And we all exist in larger social contexts of relationships that impact one another. Both are true. Emphasizing only our own interests or people like us risks cutting us off from a wider expanse of humanity, like Narcissus gazing narrowly at his image and missing the beauty of others. And while ignoring individual experiences and ignoring individual experiences and focusing only on what is best for society or the nation as a whole risks silencing voices of dissent and difference. In this moment in which fascism continues to advance and the Civil Rights Act has been gutted, our religious values call us to resist. Fascist thinking threatens to drown out all who would not submit to one narrow way of being human, who have their own unique ways of living. In contrast to these efforts of fascist control, we as Unitarian Universalists dwell within a long tradition that calls for us to be ourselves, to value the sacred spark of divine within each of us, and to honor the same spark in every other person. This means we fight for a diverse, equitable society, a democratic society, a society that makes space for each of us. We fight not just for our individual selves, but for others to also live their lives more fully and freely. There is much, too much happening in our world right now. As immense currents of politics and storms of social division pull for our attention and time, I ask again, who do you want to be now, in this moment of your living? Your answer need not be finally reaching lifelong fulfillment or signaling some great capstone action of your life. You can simply answer for now. What might it mean for you to live more fully at this point, in this context, in your life? In this way, we are all still coming of age. Each of us are still answering the question, who am I? Answering by how we choose to live this day and the next day and the next, should we be so lucky. Each day, we are invited to answer as our story continues, even when we may be writing our last chapter. Our lives are never just one achievement, one defining moment, one elusive experience of fulfillment. Our lives are the journey of intentionally living many moments with a diversity of people in all kinds of places and contexts. So may we each live with intention and with love for ourselves and for those with whom we are co-writing the stories of our lives. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be. Our closing hymn, I don't think we've sung this since I've been here, but we're going to give it a try. So it's hymn 1015 in the teal soft-covered book, I Know I Can. 1015, I Know I Can. Please rise in body or in spirit. And we're going to sing verses 1 through 4. 1 through 4. Please join me in the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. I'll say again before the benediction, each of you are a sacred, wondrous life. And it is a joy to know yourself, to know you like your tea hot, and cats instead of dogs, jogging or sitting still, whatever it is that makes you you. You are a gift. And so also is it a gift to be in community. There are so many things that pull our attention. And thank you for showing up today to do this crazy, weird thing of being at church and joining in community. I know we've been doing it for hundreds of years, but it's not a outdated thing. It is an essential activity to be connected to other people. So thank you for being here today. Sustained by our connections to each other and to all that is holy, let us show up for each other, engaging across difference, loving with abundance, and working together to build a more just, sustainable, and free world for all. Amen.